Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So we have finally gotten the first ever ritual monster revealed, or announced I should say, for the Rush Duel game, and it's none other than the ultimate black magician, Magician of Black Chaos. Now, we knew that this guy was coming to the Rush Duel game because we had the name of the Structure Deck Black Magic Ritual, released a few months ago. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like it's been around the Jump Festa time, which was, of course, December. So we've just been waiting patiently to see what this thing was going to look like and if it would have an effect, and let's just get right into it. It's got the two rarities. You've got your normal rarity and then that gorgeous over Rush rarity where it's like coming out of the card artwork. Man, Rush cards just continue to look absolutely beautiful, and one of my favorite things is when they take an older, like, DM era monster and kind of like remaster it, if you will, for today's day and age. I think Magician of Black Chaos has never looked cooler on a card. The over Rush rarity is so freaking amazing. This is my second favorite ritual monster. Blackluster Soldier is my favorite ritual monster that Yugi used. It'd be amazing if we also got a version of that, and we might, because the three cards that we're getting, this one is one of them, confirms we are getting more rituals released for Rush Duel. Now, some of you might be saying, didn't we get a ritual already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush? And we did in Diskarma Rhynak. Yugioh has used it a couple of times here, but there's no actual release date as to when this card is going to come to the game, at least in my knowledge. I might be wrong about that, but I don't believe this card has been announced for the actual game yet. So I imagine it will come at some point, but Magician of Black Chaos will end up being the first ritual monster that is officially released into the game. And by the way, we have 2 episodes left of Go Rush. Man, I would mark the hell out if Yugioh used this card in the finale. I know he's not going to, but it would be so cool if we saw this card in the final duel of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, and I guess you never know. But this monster is, at the end of the day, a vanilla ritual monster, and keep in mind that rituals in Rush are summoned from the extra deck, so there's certainly, I would say, a lot more potential for them to be viable in Rush Duel than in the actual game because of that extra deck element of it, which we did not get in the main game, and you have to put the rituals in your deck, which can clog up your deck. Now, the spell card looks awesome. Black Magic Ritual. Ritual summon Magician of Black Chaos by sending monsters in your hand and or on the field to the graveyard whose combined levels total 8 or more as material. And then it also notes you cannot use more monsters than necessary as material. And this makes sense because if you had a very bricky hand and you had 4 level 7 monsters, you can't send all 4 28 levels in order to summon it. As soon as you hit 8 or go over 8, I would imagine then, you know, you have to stop. But I imagine you can send 2 level 7s if you really wanted to get those monsters into the grave in order to summon Magician of Black Chaos. I don't think this card is going to be very good, just admittedly at the start, because at the end of the day, it is a vanilla monster. I wish this monster had some sort of effect. I know that in the main game it doesn't, so it makes sense for it not to here. And I guess because this is your first ritual, they don't want to go crazy with the effects just yet. I know those are going to come down the road, but the card looks absolutely amazing. And we're getting 2 effect monsters. The first is Winged Dragon of Chaos, and some might be wondering, why the heck are we getting like a Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress card as a support here? Well, fun fact, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress was one of the monsters that Yami Yugi used in order to summon Magician of Black Chaos. I believe it was the duel against Pegasus. So there actually is a connection here and a reason as to why this card was chosen, which I think is awesome. During the turn, this card was normal or special summoned. Choose 1 black magic ritual in your graveyard, set it in your spell and trap zone. If you have not drawn a card this main phase, you can draw 1 card. So a good way to get Black Magic Ritual from your grave back into your spell and trap zone. But the really interesting monster is this one, Explorer of the Temple. The name reminds me a little bit of Grandpa Moto, right? The Temple Explorer. The requirement is to shuffle 2 monsters from your grave into the deck. Here's the crazy thing. Choose 1 level 7 ritual monster with 2300 attack and 2500 defense in your graveyard and special summon it to your field face up. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a ritual monster in the game with 2300 attack and 2500 defense. I love when Yu-Gi-Oh does this, when we get card reveals and the card is referring to a card that doesn't even exist yet, because you know that more cards, in this case ritual monsters, are coming probably in this set. I think there still are a couple of slots left in this structure deck, and I imagine we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 more ritual monsters. Now, I did look it up. I do not believe there is a ritual monster in the main game with this stat line. 2300 attack immediately made me think of Gaia. Maybe we could be getting like a Gaia ritual monster, but of course Gaia has 2100 defense. And the only reason I thought of Gaia is because I'm trying to think of like Yugi ritual monsters, if we're going to keep it like within that realm, because this seems like a very, classic like Yugi rush support type structure deck, that original protagonist nostalgia. I think there's a chance we get a Blackluster Soldier ritual. I think maybe if we get like a Dark Magician ritual, that would be really, really cool. But really interesting effect here, and let the speculation begin. I think it's amazing that this card, Explorer of the Temple, confirms we will be getting more ritual monsters on the way. But now we have 2 that exist in Rush, 1 that is officially coming to the game in Magician of Black Chaos, and the era of rituals are upon us. Something I have not talked about in a video yet is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh! Next Turn. This got revealed a couple of days ago. This is I think a live event where it's going to air on March 26th. And they are going to go over Rush Duel news, and they are going to go over some Chronicles anime news. So a lot of us expected that these ritual reveals would happen at that event. I'm sure we are going to get more news on this structure deck, and maybe even something more massive at that event. So keep in mind, if you're interested in the Rush side of things, that is the event to kind of circle on the calendar. And so within a week, we should know, I would imagine, a little bit more here, especially because they have revealed the first ritual officially. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this support. Love the fact that they chose Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, and made kind of a version of that to be Black Magic Ritual support. Let me know all your thoughts on this. Let me know some more maybe OG monsters you'd like to see get ritual forms, or some ritual monsters from the main game that you'd like to see come over here to the Rush Duel game. And really, anything is possible. So whatever, archetype or card you want to see, definitely let me know down below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.